It is blocked and finished. Sorry, what was that? No! Of course I haven't sewn in the ends yet. I had a lady ask if we were keeping warm okay. Yes, thank you. The log burner's working very well. Cheers! Hello, welcome, thank you for joining me. So this is the Boneyard Shawl free pattern on Ravelry from Stephen West. And so I haven't done my ends yet because I thought when I'm editing the video I can just sew those in there and that'd be a little job. But yes, it is finished apart from that, so I'm really happy with it. I love the way it comes in. So you just have that triangle bit down. I'm really pleased with that, and I like that it sort of comes across. So it's just at an angle. I find that quite attractive. So yeah, I knit this with 100-gram skein of, I think it's called Easter egg. It's Dear Designs. It's her Cadbury's chocolate cream egg colourway. And so it's really bright wowzers colours, and then on the ends it's just a dropped fable that I had, and I had about 60 grams I think of that, so just to do a border on the edging. So just a simple increased triangular shawl, do the increases in the centre, and there you can see these parts are just a purl row. So lovely and simple, but it makes a really effective shawl. And I think when you have got such a highly distinctive yarn, that you can just show it off without having any sort of lace or anything, because that would just get lost anyway. So yeah, it does come up pretty big, but yeah, it's just, I think it'd be nice, easy wear under a coat. Keep nice and warm. It's nice and thick then round the neck, but then tuck into a coat and gives you that warmth all the way down here as well. So yeah, really happy with it. So I just need to sew in those ends and it'll be done. If you've noticed the lighting's difference, that's because it's so dark out there this afternoon. I've actually closed the curtains and put some different lights on to brighten it up. But because I've got a window there and I've got a window there and we have dog walkers come past, I didn't want to be illuminated and just feel silly for talking into my phone. When obviously I'm not just talking into my phone because I'm chatting with you. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about really. You know, I said that I wasn't going to cast on that other sweater because that would be silly when my flax is nearly finished because I'm on the ribbon. I may have cast on the other sweater before I finish my flax. But hear me out, there is a reason why I did that. Now tomorrow's a work day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I work all day. And so I thought I'm going to finish my flax, and starting a new project can be, what's the word, not tricky, but sometimes you need to set things up and things, you think you've got everything in the bag, then you haven't, you have to start finding it. So I thought, right, I just want to be up and running before I go into next week. So I thought I'd just cast it on and start doing a bit of the rib. And then I know I can just pick it up and get on with it when I want to. So in my little bag here, I have got a video showing how I make my bags if you want to know how I make my bags. So I use these for all different things. It's just flat, square, all lined inside. Easy peasy bags. So I am knitting the Whitmoor by Ami Lowden, and it's got that lovely design on the top. You can't really see it there, can you? It's not a very good picture. Oh, I've got a picture I can put in, so I'll put that in here. So it's got that lovely yoke lace design at the top. I've knit the cardigan before and it's so well put together, this pattern. I mean, literally this pattern is this. it's a booklet, it's not just a pattern. So it's got all the charts and written instructions and everything. She really holds your hand through it. So it's a really good pattern for not completely beginners. Do the flax or something first that's simple, but it will help you every step of the way if you are quite new to sweater knitting. So I'm going to be using for this one the drop sleemer, and this is it's a DK weight. It's 65% wool and 35% alpaca. And they don't have colours on this, but I'm going to call this a winter white because it's white. It's not a cream, it's more of a white, but it's like not a dirty white, but an off white. So I thought that would be nice in winter, as I say, calling it winter white. So it's got that alpaca in, so it's got a little bit of fluffiness to it. You probably can, oh, you can see it there against my top there. So it's got a little bit of fluffiness to it. So I have cast on with the smallest circular I could find, obviously. So I'll cast on. It's not really that small, as you can see, it's bunched up. But it's the first one I come to that was the right size. So I thought that would do, because I like them. I like them so the stitches present themselves, so you can just carry on. So I'm just doing the ribbon. It's 1x1 ribbon at the moment. And yeah, so now I'm going to stop on this one until I finish that flax. But as soon as I finish the flax, I should be on to this one. I've literally only got a few rows to go on the flax. But I just thought, you know what it's like. Come home from work and just, yeah, because I'm going to try and do the vlogs as much as I can while I'm working. So that's going to be extra to do a few minutes of that every day. So they're not going to be like these weekend ones have been, obviously. So the other thing I've put some stitches into is my socks. So the gingerbread socks, West Yorkshire Spinners. So I've done, I need to put a little marker so I can see how much further I was, but I think I'll put another couple of stripes in at least. So what I'm thinking for the length of my sock is I'm going to be doing, I've just started on that green again, so I'm going to do another green, another one of the red, and then stop before I get to that gingery colour, and then I shall bring back in for my heels this one, so that because I do a heel flap and gusset, so when I come back to pick up the stitches when I finish the heel, I should be starting off back in this ball with the gingery colour again and then start the stripe. So I'm hoping that will blend in better. Obviously, when it comes to the second sock, this may not work out at all. I will try and start off in the same sort of place, but you just never know, do you? You never know. So that is going to be my plan. So I'm looking forward to just getting a couple more stripes done and then getting that heel flap in with this. So I should be taking this to work and working on this with my lunch so I can keep up to date, because what should we be on today? Because we're on day 4, aren't we? So day 4 is leg. I've got another leg day tomorrow for Monday, so I'm okay. And then I should be doing the heel on Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you're playing along at home, we need to be out on the heel by Tuesday. So that is the plan at the moment. I intended to take some pictures and start putting them on Instagram, and so that you can put your pictures up as well. I don't really do much on Instagram. I'm not a fan. I'd rather be knitting than scrolling, but I do really want to see what you're doing. So I am going to put my pictures up, hashtag simply in stitches. So if you'd like to share those with me on Instagram, go ahead and do that, and then I can take a look. I'm not going to be answering sort of questions and things on there, just because I want to keep up to date as much as possible with the ones on the video, comments on the video, so I shall heart them. So please, if you have any questions, please leave your comments, questions down below the videos and I shall get to them. If I'm answering comments here and doing it on Instagram, by the time we get a couple of weeks in, I'm just going to spend all my time answering things and not get anywhere. But I really want your comments. I really love to know what you're enjoying about the videos and things, and it's really encouraging. I feel like we are working on things together, and I do love your opinions and trying to keep me on track, which is good. Carry on the good work. So yeah, keep your comments coming. I do love them, but as it goes on, if we do get busier, then I might start hearting them more rather than actually leaving a comment. And that's not because they don't mean a lot to me, it's just so I have time to do things, so I've got things to share with you, that's all. So I shall be carrying on with the socks. So that is all my knitting that I've been doing and planning so far. Nothing done on Foxy at the moment. What I'm thinking is that if I leave Foxy for now, as I say, because you're literally following the pattern, it's all different all the way through. Obviously I'm making up his face, his neck and his face. So I thought what I'd really love to do is on Thursday morning have a Foxy morning. So I'll settle myself down and just in the morning just knitting on that and regrouping before I get on with all my stuff that I need to do Thursday afternoon. But yeah, I thought that'd be nice to just relax that morning and spend some quality time with my fox. So yeah, updates on Foxy on Thursday. I have been asked about my cross stitch and my still cross stitching, and yes, I am generally. I'm not at the moment just because of time restrictions, but it is something I would like to pull out because I have got cross stitch projects, Christmas cross stitch projects. So depending on how far I get with my other things, and definitely over the Christmas break, I would like to be working on those. So I've not actually pulled out the ones that I'm working on, my whips at the moment, but I have brought out, because you might have noticed I haven't decorated for Christmas yet. We don't decorate till about 2 weeks before Christmas. The comments down below, when do you decorate? I know a lot of people, I feel like I'm really late. I thought I was average before, but people seem to be more and more decorating by the 1st of December. But yeah, Gary's not too over thrilled with decorations, so I think 2 weeks before is fine, so that's what we go with. But let me know in the comments when you decorate for Christmas. All those people that don't decorate till 2 weeks before, let me know. So I don't feel like a bar humbug. So I have pulled out anyway because I wanted to start just putting little bits up. I pulled out my Christmas ones that I'm going to be dotting around the house, so I thought I'd just quickly share those with you. So going with the small list and working your way up bigger. So this one literally was a rush last year because it's not even framed properly, but this is Gingerbread House. And I can't think what it is, and I bet the cross stitchers are shouting at me because it is little something, little country cross stitch or something. It's a very popular one. If you cross stitch, you'll know which company do this, but it's just a little cute little gingerbread house. Then I've got this one that was in, and it's falling apart already because the hot glue's coming off. This was one from a cross stitcher magazine, Little Robin, and it should have been bigger than that, but I ran out of steam, didn't want to do the foliage, so I just called it done and cut him down a bit really. So that's my Little Robin. And then this one isn't properly in the frame either, but this was because I wasn't sure if I wanted him in this frame or whether I wanted it in a different frame. And this is a Dimensions kit, and it's called A Kiss for Snowman, and I really love this one. This is what I love about Dimensions is you use a lot of different types. So you use 3 strands, or you use just one, and sometimes you do a whole cross stitch, sometimes you do a half cross stitch, and so you get a lot more dimension. That's why I call Dimensions. But it's harder to stitch, but it just gives a much nicer effect, and I really love that one. So that's A Kiss for Snowman. And this is my absolute favourite one of the Christmas ones, and this is Winter Rose, and this is a lavender and lace design, and this comes as a chart, and then you pick your own fabric. And this is actually you probably can't pick it up, but it's a sparkly fabric. and I absolutely love her. It's very Victorian, isn't it? So that is my favourite one. And quite quick as well, that one, to stitch, because there's so much that isn't stitched and it's just the fabric. So that's a quicker one to stitch. Then I've got this one. I really like this one as well, actually. This one goes up in my dining room, and it's Christmas pudding, and it's got the recipe for it. This is an Emma Congdon design, and it was in the Cross Stitcher magazine. And I just love how the Christmas pudding looks. And that was very fun to stitch as well, because each little part is like a little finish as you finish it, and they don't take long, those little sections. So I really enjoyed that one. So that's going to be going up in the dining room, ready for Christmas dinner. Not that I make a Christmas pudding, mind. I've never made a Christmas pudding. And this is, I'm trying to think who the chart is from. Something Goat Designs. Something's making me think Sleeping, but it's not Sleeping Goat Designs. But yeah, this is the cat tree. And so it's just all black cats. It comes as a chart, and then that's a hand-dyed fabric that I chose. It was just one I had in my stash. That it looks quite blue on my screen, but it's a turquoisey one. So it's a bluey green, but I thought it worked because being untraditional, having the cats. So yeah, bittersweet that one really, because when I was gifted it, thank you Sue, the pattern, it's when I had two of my cats, and yeah, stitching them, they reminded me of the cats, the shape, because this one up here looks like my Tom, and then you've got this one really looks like Tyson looked. So yeah, happy memories, but still makes you sad, doesn't it? On that sad note, sorry about that. On that note, I shall say goodbye, and I shall see you hopefully tomorrow. As I say, I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so hopefully you'll hear from me. I'm intending to do a little bit. If you don't hear from me, it's just because I'm tired, busy, and I shall see you on Thursday. But my intention is to do a little bit every day, just to say hello. So take care, happy knitting, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.